So this is really bothering me, these strap pieces. So we're going to go ahead and select them. And we're going to assign that same material. We'll just move where the UVs are on it. So we'll use the same strap material. We'll just use the center of it instead of where the laces are. And we'll do that in the UV editor. First, I've got to select all of them. It really is a selection game. It's okay though. Okay, like that. Now I'll go back in here and I'll assign the strap material. Assign material to selection. We know it's not going to be on there, right? But at least at this time it will look somewhat decent and like it goes together. Somewhat. Okay, that was bothering me. So how do we get this where we want it with the UVs? You kind of understand the process now with the UV editor. So how do you think you do that? A couple things we could do. One, we could select all these like this, and we could go get a planar projection, UV planar. We need to make sure, planar. We need to make sure we're on the right axis. So what axis do you think we need to be on right now? Okay, so as you can see, Y is up, X is this way, back and forth, left and right, and Z is this way. So we actually need to make sure we're on the Z axis here when we apply our planar projection here. So I'll hit apply, and you can see now it's on the right. It's facing the right direction for us. So I can scale this up or down, move it around like that. And that's one way to do it, or, and you probably guessed it, we can go into our UV editor, and we can also rotate this because you can see it's going up and down. We actually want them to go that way, although I lost it, and that will happen to you. You'll lose your controls for the UVs. And how do you get those back? Well, if you go back into the UV editor, modeling editor's UV editor, and we select those polys now, we will once again have access. Let me get rid of that. So now if we select those polygons, we'll have access to them in here. Or we can actually select UVs this way, UV shell, and we can select the UVs that way. Let me get out of that rotate tool that's bothering me. Okay, like that. So now I have them selected in here, and I can rotate them like that. Okay. And I want to make sure they're at about 90 degrees. Just like that. Don't quite have them rotated right. There we go. And I was just hitting this button so I could see what I was doing here in the UV editor. So now they're facing the right direction. It's kind of tedious. I'm moving stuff around quite a bit. And now I've really messed up my layout, which happens. So no fear. Let me show you how to fix this problem. So if I go to Windows Workspaces right here, I can go ahead and reset my classic to factory default. Okay, and then if I open up my UV editor, everything's back to normal again. And this will happen to you. It happens all the time. Don't worry about it. That's how you fix it. Okay, so now these are facing the right direction, and I'm going to leave it like that for right now. I probably will change some things in the future. So let's do that same process here on the top. I'm going to go back to just face selection and make sure I just have the select tool going. Select all these faces along the top. And you can see now why I say only add detail where necessary, because if we'd added a ton of polys here, we'd have a lot of trouble selecting them. Okay, so I have those selected now. I'm going to go UV and planar, but which axis do I need to select? So I just use Z for this, so I probably need to use Y because up and down, right? So I'm going to hit Y, hit apply, And there you go. Now you see that those are mapped correctly. And I want to rotate them in here. So I'll come over to the UV editor and I'll just get my rotation going on here so that they're facing the right direction. I'm going to see what I'm working on, what I've selected. There we go. And that looks about right, like that. Okay. So this is coming along. It's not perfect, and I could spend tons of time mapping these perfectly, and maybe I will. You know, maybe I will later. Like I said, it really depends on when I bring all these assets into the game and I start seeing what it looks like with real light, or when I get close up to it. That's what's really going to be the determining factor as to how much time and effort I put into the UVs. So like right here, I see all these are broken right here. That I'm definitely going to fix irregardless. But when I see the actual lighting in game, that's when I'm going to know, okay, that asset really needs the materials fixed on it. Also, we're probably going to be doing a lot of material work in Unreal with Unreal's engine. So I will pause it there, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll continue to make a couple little fixes. We'll fix this back part right here. I'll see you then.